About a year ago, I made a video titled An Unstructured History of Silver. In the video, I mentioned that Roman officers supposedly enjoyed better health because they ate off silver platters, and that on the Oregon Trail, most families were able to afford a single silver coin, which spent its time hidden in a milk jug not for safekeeping, but to prevent the milk from spoiling. This is because, like copper before it, silver is known for its strong antimicrobial properties. For centuries, people gradually replaced folk remedies like silver for modern advancements and prescription drugs, but declining confidence in Western medicine has meant that remedies such as silver are being used once again. For example, Stan Jones, who ran for the US Senate in 2002 and 2006, was startling blue due to a condition called argyria, caused by an ingestion of silver due to the fear of Y2K. He famously told the press that it's the best antibiotic in the world and that being alive is more important than turning purple. Stan Jones' advice aside, the best modern medicines are not simple elements, but complex compounds. However, in the history of modern drugs, a few unexpected molecules have played outsized roles. The history starts out with Louis Pasteur and a particular discovery about handedness that gets at the very essence of living matter. Odds are you're right-handed, but you're really not. No one is right-handed because right-handedness doesn't exist. Everybody watching this video right now is really left-handed, at least biomechanically you are. This is because every single amino acid in your body has a left-handed twist to it. In fact, every single protein in every life form that has ever existed is exclusively left-handed. If astrobiologists were ever to find a microbe on one of Jupiter's moons, the first thing they would do is to see if it's a righty or a lefty. If its proteins are left-handed, it's possibly an earthly contaminant. If its proteins are right-handed, it's certainly alien life. Interestingly, this is something I discovered on my video about thalidomide chirality, as I figured I would make a second video about chirality because, well, it's pretty cool. Back to Louis Pasteur though, born in 1822, chirality, which is when the exact same molecule has both a right isomer and a left isomer, hadn't been discovered yet. Just as my hands are the same shape and size but still different, certain molecules like tartaric acid are the same exact molecule but cannot be mirrored onto itself. In 1849, Pasteur was working in a winery investigating tartaric acid, which is a waste product of wine production. It had been known for some time before that tartaric acid found in wine would twist light clockwise, however man-made tartaric acid did no such thing. For decades, scientists could not figure out why, so they capitulated. They gave up. However, Pasteur was unwilling to give up, and looking at industrially made tartaric crystals under a microscope, he noticed a subtle difference. The crystals were the same shape, but appeared to be mirrored onto itself. Tartaric acid made from yeast, however, all were uniform, left-handed crystals. None of the mirrored counterpart were present. Intrigued, Pasteur began the unimaginably tedious job of separating the salt-sized grains into a lefty pile and a righty pile. And when he dissolved the two piles in different glasses of water, the left-handed crystals rotated the light clockwise, while the right-handed crystals rotated the light the exact same number of degrees counterclockwise. Pasteur mentioned his results to his mentor, Jean-Baptiste Biot, who demanded Pasteur show him and then immediately broke down due to the elegance of his experiment. In essence, Pasteur had shown that there are two identical mirror images of tartaric acid. More importantly, Pasteur expanded his ideas to suggest that life has a strong bias for only left-handed molecules. Pasteur then went on to have success later in his life, where he performed an ingenious experiment with a sterile flask that proved that air had no quote-unquote vitalizing element that could create life from dead matter. Pasteur also developed pasteurization, which is a way of heating milk to kill the bacteria, but not any of the beneficial enzymes. And finally, he developed the first vaccine that saved a young boy from rabies and propelled Pasteur into national fame. He used that fame to create his eponymous institute outside of Paris, which would go on to create the very first man-made antibiotic called Prontosil, revolutionizing the germ theory of disease. But that's a video for another day. As always, thanks for watching. Bye everybody.
You're my friend now.